No,
he wants to see.
not a prostitute. It's definitely not a prostitute. Yeah.
Right, so he's on his way, and he would have come down this...
Yeah, I can feel him coming down this way and bouncing off the walls.
I'm glad you said that it's a mistress, though. It makes sense from a forensic point of view when you said that he was killed by a woman's hand. We know that if it's a woman actually committing the murder, it has to be somebody that would know him. To have a murder where it's a stranger murder, but a woman doing it, is so rare. You're talking about 1-2% of all murder cases.
Right.
So it's good that you said mistress. That's definitely somebody he knew.
Yeah. It's interesting as well, because when I saw the hand and recognised it was a woman's hand, in my head was a woman's way to murder, and that is probably poison as well, because it's less violent, it's more subtle, it's kind of underhand really.
Do you know what sort of... This is a long shot, I know, probably a ridiculous question, but can you tell what sort of poison it would have been?
There is, the only thing I've got with it is a smell, but the smell is so strong that it's hitting me at the back of the throat. It's like a taste of bitter almonds. So it's like wow, that really...
What could that be?
Smell is...
It could be arsenic.
Okay.
That particular scent associated with it, and kind of the reaction that you're having. Possibly arsenic. I'll check up on that. But
Yeah, brilliant. I mean, it's not brilliant. That's a horrible thing to say.
Well,
You know what I mean?
I mean, it's almost like when it hits him, it's right here. I guess it would burn, because it burns all the way down,
And are you picking up that burning sensation?
Here, right. It's still here, right where you said on the sternum.
Yes.
It's there rather than in my stomach.
Right.
That's
right.
So that's where he feels it.
With David's church tower vision in mind, I was asked by the team to provide a location of a black and white timber-framed house that might match the building he pictured. My researchers suggested Church's mansion, built in 1577, and one of the few houses to escape a great fire that ravaged Nantwich some 10 or so years later. By day, the village has a picture book veneer of tranquility and peace, but would the coming night reveal a more sinister and frightening skeleton beneath that facade? The Most Haunted team wait until darkness falls and begin their search in the house that David's feelings coupled with my information has led them to. This house, we believe, is where Rafe met his unfortunate end.
When you come into a place, when you first walk into a place, it's when it comes right into your face. It's when it gets right there. Very often after that, you have to push out, you have to help them. First thing you get when you come in here is him. I'm convinced it's him.
Is that someone moving their feet?
Is it moving?
I'm not. I'm on a carpet.
Listen.
That was me. The first thing, I'm convinced he's here because I can sense him here, but there's an aggressive male presence in my face. It's a different one to him.
Right.
And there's a female in the house who's crying. I can hear her crying. So that's the three that are give me the initial feelings, really. Okay. This thing in his chest or his stomach is more powerful here, so I think this is probably where he died. But he's higher up in the house. The woman's sort of further to the right, but I think the other male is here. I think this is this woman's husband.
Is she the mistress?
I think she's the mistress, yeah, but so husband and wife living here.
Keep walking.
There's a Robert. I think he's the Robert. It might be Robert.
The husband.
And she may be. It's Martha or Maria. That kind of thing.
Right. Do you want to keep walking?
Yeah, because I want to find the soldier because I think that's who we've been.
Yeah.
Interested in.
So, David, is it quite difficult for you because obviously this particular investigation is different to a normal Most Haunted? We're trying to concentrate on specific characters. Is it really hard for you to try and blank everything else out if you're coming across any other spirits here?
It is, but the thing you've got to do is if they're really in your face, you have to kind of respect that, and even if it's just giving them a few minutes, say, okay, there's this being's here, this is what they're trying to tell me, and then that's better than ignoring them, because they'll be like this all the way through the night, so it's easier to say, okay, he's saying this, and then he's had to say, and we can find out who we're looking for.
So we might come across other characters as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was somebody's stomach, wasn't it?
That was somebody's stomach.
It wasn't my stomach.
No,
Or did anybody shift weight at all and they're standing on a loose floorboard?
No.
Did the three of us hear that?
I definitely heard it.
I clearly heard it.
So we might come across other characters
Yeah,
as well.
absolutely.
That was somebody's stomach, wasn't it?
I thought it was Wigan breathing out.
No, it was a real creak. And then before that, it was a stomach, what to me sounded like a God.
What's wrong?
I thought there was a man standing just there. Just by that, just here. There.
Here?
Yeah, just by the door frame.
What, did you see him or did you...
No,
just a shadow?
Shadow, just a corner of the eye, just a
just
quick
an outline.
bang outline of a man.
Right. So you can't describe him?
No,
in any way.
it was
It's
too
just
quick.
Fleeting.
Yeah.
Is he here, David?
Yeah, there's a very strong one here, actually.
Is there? Should we come in there?
Yeah, I think you should, definitely. It's really strong in here. It really, when I first came in here, my heckles really went up.
The floor's very... Is the floor uneven in here?
It is. It feels as though it's slightly sloping away from the
Yeah.
fireplace.
Should we call out? We've not called out. Or do you want to... Tell me what you're getting in here. Who's in here?
Well, I've got two things here. I've got over this side, the female, and it's like she's showing me the... I don't know how often it comes, I really don't, not being a poisoner myself. But it's like she's would she grind and mix it with water?
Listen, tapping. Say arsenic again.
Arsenic.
And again. Keep saying it.
She's grinding it, and then she's mixing it with well, it's a glass of wine, I think. Did you poison him because if you found out you would lose the house, the jewels?
So she murdered the soldier.
Mm.
Can you knock twice for yes, once for no? Did you murder a soldier? Different bangs, two completely little bangs then. You did.
There's a dialogue here as well with her, and I'm trying to say, look, did you get away with it? How did you get away with it? And it's kind of like one more dead soldier. Who's going to notice?
Oh, really?
Right.
Well, who's going to notice another dead soldier?
So, tell me again, why did she murder him?
It sounds to me, it's what she's trying to convey to me. Is it's like a panic. It's a how do I get rid of him? Because if my husband finds out, I lose the house. I lose everything.
Do you want to walk through her?
I'd like to get out of this room because it's doing me in. To
Is
be
it
honest,
really? With her?
the whole thing is just doing me in.
Just the
Listen.
feeling.
It would appear that Yvette and the team are very close to solving the mystery, with David having firmly established a strong motive for the murder. Can they draw together all their findings so far and make their case?
Get out! Stop interfering! Get out!
In the beautiful Cheshire countryside, the floral village of Nantwich hides a dark secret beneath its deceptively quaint facade. Yvette and the team's discovery that a cavalier was poisoned by his mistress has led them from the utilitarian interior of a bunker to Church's mansion, a magnificent 16th century timber frame building in the heart of the sleepy village. It is here that they continue their search for further evidence of the cavalier's terrible demise.
I think that
Sorry, it's every time you speak, it's banging.
Right, David.
No, I don't feel great, I have to say. I'm just trying to refocus myself. She's the strongest energy in the house. And she's actually quite threatening now. She's threatening me.
Is she? What do you mean?
She wants me out. I think she's aware.
What's
Well,
she
that's probably
saying?
the dog here in that draft, isn't it? She just wants me out. She's accused me of interfering.
Well, what is she saying though?
Literally, get out, stop interfering, get out. Do you know, I've got a real panic in my head with her because I'm trying to ask questions. I'm trying to be like the detective with her case of how did you get rid of the body? Where did you bury him? What did you do with him? How could you lift him? Because he seems much bigger than her. She's telling me that she dropped him through the floor. She dropped him through the floor and she took him by pony and trap. Would she been able to drive a pony and trap?
Yeah.
She wouldn't have had to use a servant, or she'd have done that herself. It seems like she's doing it herself. And dropped him on the battlefields. That's what she said. Dropped him on the battlefields. And then that expression again: one more dead soldier.
Good grief. And what do you want to do now? Flip me neck, it's following us, this tapping.
It's well, right,